Today's video is on why I think becoming an investor will be the best decision of your life. Now, this is not going to be edited at all, so apologies for that because I'm very busy at the moment. And I want to just put it out there. This is not going to be very in depth. It's not going to be very good argument wise. I usually have a lot of points and arguments. It's just literally one point that I want to get into and a few recommendations. So, starts off with my uncle telling me about investing, teaching me a little bit about investing and why I should do it. I was intrigued enough because I had the money sitting around, a lot of money sitting around. So why not do something with the money? He told me the pros and cons of it. He told me a lot of little snippets of advice that I should do and to really just learn how it works and not rush into it. I'm now an investor and I'm still at the very beginning of it, but I'm learning. And I've learned that it is the best asset that you could have, let's say. I don't think asset is the best word, but we're gonna roll with it. It's the best asset that you can have is being an investor because it can help you out in many ways. So, two books to start off with that you should check out is The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins. You can get that in an audiobook like me. I listen to it because I'm already reading a lot of books. I don't need and two extra books to read, so you can listen to that on an audiobook. And The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Morgan Housel, yeah. They are both good money. They're both good books to kind of gauge your mindset around investing. Psychology of Money goes over how people perceive money, how people kind of react to money, because investing, it is about how you react. Because if you pull out when the stocks go down, you're not going to gain anything out of it, are you? And the simple path to wealth is, as the name says, it's a simple path to wealth. You don't have to do really anything. You can just cruise on by and let your money build up. So they're good books. Give them a go. Now, I want to talk about how it will give you a buffer. Investing will give you a buffer in your life in the future. It won't give you a buffer at the moment. It's not instantaneous, as I'd hope you'd expect. And that's life. It's not gonna build up straight away, but let's say you're 20 years old, 30 years down the line, okay, you're 50. Doesn't have to be that long. It can be like 10 years. But let's say you're in debt, or maybe you're not, but let's say you're in debt and you're in the shits. You've got a lot of money to pay back and you don't know what to do. That's where you can cash out. You can go up and open your account and take your money out of your investing account, and that can really fucking save someone completely. It will really help them reset in life because no one's life is smooth sailing, and to have that financial cushion, that is really key. And even if you don't end up in that debt, or when you were a situation where you need that money, the money that's there, it's good to have. You can buy a nice car, you can buy a house, you can, I don't know, buy a few models. I don't, whatever you're into. That money's good to have, especially at a younger age when you're more prone to fucking up. That money is really good. It's a really good cushion, and it's good in general. Like if you have a business and you need a lot of money to put into that, you don't have the money. You can check your investing account. You might have 30, 40, 100, a million pounds or whatever. So you can really benefit from having that money building up, and not all the time it's gonna be at its best when you want to cash out. Sometimes when you want to cash out, it might actually be the lowest it's been all year. But if you need to cash out, you need to cash out. End of. You don't need to worry about when it's at its highest, or when you're like when you're gonna make the most profit. That doesn't matter as long as you just cash out. Don't worry about it, because you don't want to get hooked to the percentages of stocks, because then it becomes a bit more like gambling. So the best thing I can give you, well, if you want to invest safely, is to just invest in index and let that sit there for a long time. But you don't have to fully invest in index. You can obviously invest into other things like bonds or whatever. But index is the safest, and if you're going to be an investor, I put most of your money into that, and whatever you want to mess around with into whatever else. So that would be what I would do, and that is what I'm doing, putting most of my money into index and keeping a little bit left over to mess around with and learn how to invest. Because the thing is, investing isn't really just putting your money into like a big company that's doing well. It can be literally anything. It can be just a safe company that over the last 50 years has been stable. We can put a lot of money into that and let it build up over time. That's the best way to accumulate wealth and accumulate a buffer. Now, you might be thinking, well, I want money right now. And if you want money right now, be my guest and start messing around with investing and learn how you can predict, each um each company's gains and losses. You can predict, but it's never accurate. You can't predict the future. You can't exactly put your finger on what's going to happen in 3 years' time, because we're not genies. We're human. And that's why I recommend to invest in something that will accumulate wealth over time, because if you're putting money into this and this and this and this, whatever the new big thing is, you will make a profit probably, but it's too risky. And if you put a lot of money into one, then it pardon me, then it goes down, you're fucked. That's the reality. You're fucked, because you're gonna sell out. Like people who mess around with stocks like that will sell out when it goes to its lowest, because you're riding the highs. So what I recommend is, if you're gonna mess around with doing a few little cheeky investments to try and make a few quid quite straight away, be my guest, but have a little portion that you can mess around with. 100, 1,000, no more than 1,000 really, to mess around with. If you're a younger guy, you're not making that much money. 1,000 should be your maximum you mess around with. The rest, invest it into something that will accumulate wealth over the course of 10, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever years. So that's my advice for you. If you want to get rich, or I wouldn't say if you want to get rich, but if you want to get wealthy, guaranteed more or less, as long as you do the right things, then become an investor, accumulate wealth. And if you learn how to invest and make a few good calls, well, hey, you might make a lot of money. So that's it from me, guys. Look into it before you do anything stupid. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. I do appreciate it. I'm trying to get as many videos as I can out here for you guys. Have a good day. I'll see you later.